Hey friends, it's Rabbi Jenny Solomon coming to you on this Thursday afternoon, June 4th. So much is happening in our world, for sure on the outside, but also on the inside. So it feels like a gift and privilege to share this mincha moment, this afternoon moment of turning in, of stillness, of prayer with you all. So I wanted to just start by sharing a little bit about white privilege. This is not something I've always understood, and I am still listening and learning and trying to understand better, and more importantly, to do better with that understanding. But I had a real moment of awakening on, I guess it was Sunday. My boys are obsessed with fishing. They have been for years. This is not new. But with the hours on end and the open time and space, with them both riding bikes, they've continually looking for new bodies of water in which to fish, and in particular places where they can bike and then have an epic fishing time and then bike back. In any case, they found a new location and I've been giving them their freedom to do so. They had been gone for hours, and then I got a call saying, "We're exhausted, it's hot, we could use a pickup." So I was happy to do it. And the place that they found to fish was actually kind of like a private neighborhood, not a gated neighborhood per se, but definitely a private neighborhood, with kind of a small road where houses were attached, but sort of facing one another, with a small street down the middle that butted right up against the little pond that they were fishing at. So I got there and Natan decided he actually was not ready to get in the car. Could he have 5 more minutes? So I'm sitting there waiting, practicing patience. Some of the people who lived in those attached houses were sitting out on their porches and patios. They happened to all be white. And I was struck with this tremendous sense that here I was in a private little neighborhood with a pond that probably was not open to the public, where my boys were fishing, and I'm there sitting my car right in the middle of this little kind of one-way road, just waiting. And of course, I knew that had I been black or brown, I never would have been able to sit there. I was uncomfortable, but not nearly as uncomfortable as if I had been black or brown. And I could almost guarantee that if I had been a black or brown mom or dad there to pick up my black or brown boys, the situation would have been much different. So when the boys got in the car, I explained to them about how I was feeling and what I was thinking about, opening up that conversation again about white privilege. And it just reminded me how far I have to go in helping prepare the next generation, or at the very least, my kids, to create a better world, a different world than the one we're living in. James Baldwin is famous for having said, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed that isn't faced." And something that I use my meditation practice for is facing all the things that I feel, to try to soften my defenses and allow the potential shame and guilt to relax enough that, again, I can feel what might be unpleasant, because if not, there's no way that I could change it. So that's the first thing. The second is that this is Parashat Naso. We read in the Torah this Shabbat, the beautiful priestly blessing, Birkat HaKohanim. These words have been a blessing and an inspiration for many people among many traditions for thousands of years. Of course, they feel very special to us in the Jewish community. And I'm grateful to have been taught by a number of wise teachers that have helped me incorporate these words into my own meditation practice, and they feel especially powerful right now. So I want to invite you to share with me a blessing practice using the words of this week's Torah portion, knowing that every person can be a blessing. That the blessings ultimately have their root in the divine, and every single one of us is a channel for that blessing. So I invite you to close your eyes, or just to close them halfway, if that feels better. Be sure you're in a good seat, making any adjustments so that you can sit calm and alert. We take a moment to feel ourselves grounded, rooted, not only to this floor, but to the earth itself. And at the same time as we ground, we feel the dignity that comes with a tall spine, with a head held high, not out of arrogance, but out of dignity. The dignity of being human. The dignity that belongs to us all. And as we take a couple of deep breaths to settle, you may notice that you can actually breathe even more deeply. And it is out of this place, out of this breath, out of this place of expansiveness that we bless. And we bless ourselves first, because we cannot give something to someone else that we cannot extend to ourselves. We bless ourselves not out of narcissism or egocentrism, but because when we feel the fullness of these blessings in our own bodies, in our own breath, we can't help but want to extend it to all living beings. May I feel blessed. May I feel safe. May I feel luminous. May I feel loved. May I feel happy. May I feel peaceful. Now I invite you to think about somebody who is beloved to you. Maybe somebody you share a life with or a home with, a great teacher or mentor, someone you care about dearly. And picture them before you. Really imagine that they are right before you. May you feel blessed. May you feel safe. May you feel luminous. May you feel loved. May you feel happy. May you feel peaceful. I invite us now to imagine someone that we know who's hurting, whose wound has been exposed to the light, and who is experiencing pain. And to them we offer our blessing. May you feel blessed. May you feel safe. May you feel luminous. May you feel loved. May you feel happy. May you feel peaceful. We take a moment to imagine all beings, as if we could gather all beings around us as one. May you feel blessed. May you feel safe. May you feel luminous. May you feel loved. May you feel happy. May you feel peaceful. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom. May all beings feel safe. May all beings feel loved. May all beings feel at ease.